Hey guys, I'm gonna react to this theory of Game Theorists.
5 million subscribers on YouTube in 6 months ain't never been done before. You sure about that one, Jake? Because PewDiePie gained 11.61 million in the 6 months between October 2013 and March 2014. Alright, maybe I'm just misinterpreting the sick fire you're spitting. You must be talking about getting 5 million subscribers in the first 6 months of being a channel on the platform. Well, no, that can't be it either, considering you've been doing vlogs on your channel on and off for 3 years now. Long story short, it looks like your math is just as bad as your rap.
It's kind of funny. He's gonna get roasted. I bet Matt Pat's will get roasted. Have you seen a film theorist over a game theorist? I love watching this one, guys.
Hey, so did I! I'm assuming selling like a god church means that it's selling well? And if so, congratulations! So is ours! Speaking of, just a friendly reminder that you guys have only 2 days left to get your limited edition Game Theorist merch, those cool asymmetric t-shirts, the backpack, and the fidget spinner by spanking that link right below this video. See it down there? Yes! Smack it hard. Do it! Anyway, hello Internet! Welcome to Game Theory, the Yeezy Buster of false YouTube claims. I assume I have no clue what a Yeezy Buster is. So 3 years ago, back when Vine was still only 6 months old, I covered how and why PewDiePie was primed to overtake Smosh and surge to his uncontested #1 spot on YouTube, becoming the world's most famous gamer. Fast forward 3 years to today, and things have changed a lot. Felix has gone from professional gamer to professional reactor, Smosh has split up, and YouTube's biggest creators are Viners who transitioned over like war refugees when Vine died earlier this year. But when you stop to think about it, that one in particular is a weird trend, right? Why are Viners, and Viners specifically people like Logan and Jake Paul, Lily Pons, and Lance Stewart, all of a sudden just blowing up on the YouTube scene? Why them and not, say, someone who's been working really hard on growing their YouTube channel for a while? Because they're exploiting some very interesting loopholes in YouTube systems that I am gonna expose to you all today. Why on Game Theory? Well, Jake, in another of his mind-melting raps, puts it, well, I won't say he puts it best, but he does put it there. We about to make this look easy like a game. Tick-tack. See? He called it a game, just like I've been trying to justify these meta theories for years now. JP and I, man, could I potentially be the lost Paul brother here? The rise of Matt Paul. Matt Paul just has a terrible ring to it. Anyway, he called it a game. The title of the show is Game Theory. Totally justified. And if you're still not convinced, here's even more reasons. Oh yeah, and also, crush like a cannonball! Name your title and you get paid this month's rent. The adpocalypse is real, guys. From this day forward, Game Theory shall now be named Jake Theory. We'll rake in the views. Our new sign-off will be, but hey, that's just a Yeezy, followed by an unironic dab. That's how you can tell I'm hip and cool with the kids these days. Well, now that that little bit of rebranding's done, let's teach you all how Viners are taking over YouTube, and specifically how Logan and Jake are getting us all to pay for their, like, 4th Lamborghini. I may be good with numbers, but not even I can keep track of how many they have at this point. Even though YouTube is a little over 10 years old, we've just entered what I've been calling the 4th generation of YouTube creators. Gen 1, the red-blue generation, were the people just using this site as a place to store some videos. Most went unnoticed, but some were funny enough, interesting enough, or just so bat feces crazy enough that they took the internet by storm, with people sharing them with each other over things like email and Facebook. Yeah, because that's how it happened back then. The earliest creator celebrities of this era weren't known by their name, but by their video title. The Numa Numa guy, the Star Wars kid, Chocolate Rain guy, Sneezing Baby Panda, Keyboard Cat. They were the ones who defined what a viral video meant. The Silver and Gold generation, Gen 2, came next with the rise of channels like Smosh, Jenna Marbles, Ray William Johnson, Grace Helbig, Epic Mealtime, Hannah Hart. These were the first creators to grow communities around what they did, to show a commitment to the platform by uploading the same type of videos every week, creating simple formats like Equals 3 or My Drunk Kitchen. They formed brands off what they did, and the smartest of them are still very successful both on and off YouTube to this day, maintaining a strong amount of relevance despite being nearly 10 years old at this point. Gen 3, the Sapphire, Ruby, and Emerald generation, started when the YouTube algorithm switched to emphasizing watch time, creating a loophole that opened the doors to gamers and toy channels, Minecrafters and unboxers, pregnant Elsas, and daily vloggers. Now, I'm not going to talk your ear off about it here since I go way more in depth about this crucial switch in my Minecraft broke YouTube video. If you're interested, just click the eye icon in the upper right hand corner to dive deep when you're done with this one. And yeah, that's where we've been up until pretty much the last few months. Which brings us to Generation 4 Diamond and Pearl, a huge turning point on YouTube and where the Jake Paul, Logan Paul story begins. What's the defining characteristic of Gen 4 creators? Well, creators who are blowing up right now, like Liza Koshy, Collins Key, Lance Stewart, Lily Pons, and of course, the Pauls are the first generation of creators who grew up watching YouTube, where becoming a YouTuber was an actual thing that you could aspire to. Alright, class, what do you all want to do when you grow up? I want to fake pranks in order to make people rant about social injustices on Facebook. I want to react to people reacting to my reactions. I want to scream at video games and make millions of dollars. Screw studying for 10 years only to become an underpaid doctor or engineer. Anyone with a camera phone, fidget spinner, and fast enough smash cuts can make it on YouTube now that it's proven itself to be a stable place to earn money. And Gen 4 creators are starting with a huge advantage. Everyone that came before was trying to figure out the system. It was the Wild West. None of this had happened before, and most never intended to be in the spotlight in the first place. But Gen 4 creators grew up watching celebrities get made online. They grew up smashing like buttons and hearing all the ways that the YouTube algorithm was broken. They know what they liked, they know what they responded to, and they are now able to refine it and redefine it. But why Viners, specifically? It's actually a fascinating exploit of the system. As I covered in the fidget spinner episode, YouTube judges whether or not to show a video to a subscriber based on how fresh and active of a subscriber they are. Most YouTube channels have been gaining subscribers over the course of years. As such, a large percentage of those will fall out of rhythm with the channel, or, as I call it, those subscribers will burn out of the algorithm for that channel. It's how you can get a channel like PewDiePie with 55 million subscribers, but only get 2 to 3 million views on an average video. Don't get me wrong, it's certainly not shabby numbers by any stretch of the imagination, but it is a low percentage relative to the whole, and that's because a lot of those subscribers are older. They burned out of the system. But now take a look at Viners. When Vine shut down, Jake Paul had 5.3 million followers on Vine. Logan had even more, 9.4 million. When they made a transition to YouTube, a large percentage of those people carried over and subscribed to their channel. So in a matter of a few weeks, they had hundreds of thousands of fresh subs actively watching them harass naked women with tacks and smuggling little people onto planes. Side note, by the way, that video is a complete lie. He would have been frozen to death in the cargo hold of the plane. How do I know that, you might be asking? Well, it was debunked by an airline when another YouTuber, Adam Sala, faked the exact same idea a month before Logan's video came out. Rather than a constant gain and loss of subscribers over the course of months or even years, resulting in slow upward momentum like most other YouTube channels, by bringing an audience over with them from Vine, these guys and other Viners were able to pop into the scene with a big jump right out of the gate, which gave them stronger starting momentum from the get-go. But Logan and Jake Paul specifically are exploiting another fascinating factor of the algorithm. They're exploiting a tactic I call watch loops.
Without my brother, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Right you are, JP. Man, we really do think alike. You see, most channels have a crew around them. Vanoss Gaming, for instance, has guys like H2O Delirious, Terrorizer, and Basically I Do Work. Think about it like an old wagon wheel. You have Vanoss as the big main channel in the middle, the hub, and all the other guys as the spokes on the wheel. Each one is popular in their own right, but everything leads back to the main hub, making that central channel bigger. And because they're all working as part of the same team, everyone is sharing the same basic pool of fans. The Pauls, on the other hand, whether intentionally or not, are using the same strategy, but it's a bit more advanced. Jake has his crew, Team 10. Like Vanoss, Jake's channel serves as the hub for his circle, but he also has his brother Logan. Instead of being on the same team, though, the two are rivals. I mean, obviously they aren't really, but that's how they're playing it up to their fans, the Logang and the Jake Paulers. Good name. So instead of just recycling the same fans across both channels, each is gaining their own independently. Then, when one releases a music video and the other makes a diss track of that music video, you prompt rivalry between the two factions, with fans pouring in from both sides to determine whose crew is better. That leads to huge watch numbers and each channel gaining a lot of new audience from the other's fan base. What it also does is supercharge watch time. At this point, I hope I've beaten it into your head enough times that YouTube wants watch time. Watch loops are a powerful version to trick that system. If I create a music video and my brother reacts to that video, then I make a diss track back at him for his reaction, to which he reacts again, then makes a response music video, and I apologize for who even cares at this point. It all creates a series of videos that you need to watch back and forth across the two channels to stay up on the latest drama. What you've done is create one super long story thread where viewers are looping back and forth between the two channels, and the two start to get suggested against each other a lot. And YouTube promotes those videos because it knows that if you watch one, well, then you're gonna watch the rest, meaning lots and lots of watch minutes. And that's only what's coming from between the two brothers. Couple that with collabs they're doing with other popular channels like King of Random and other Viners like Lily Pons feeding into that loop, the diss videos made by creators like H3H3, Pewds, and Rice Gum feeding into it, and even videos like Jake's ex-girlfriend Alyssa Violet telling her story of being cheated on and taken advantage of emotionally by Mr. Disney Channel Flo over there. And you have all these video funnels leading new viewers into the mega loop created by the two Paul channels, thus supercharging watch time and guaranteeing that YouTube is making sure that those channels grow at an enormous pace. So what's the point of all this? Well, few things. First, it means that there's a high probability that the music videos are being made intentionally to get people upset, that they may even be made to be intentionally bad and cringy so that bigger channels can make fun of them. They're calling out channels like PewDiePie and Rice Gum so that they respond, I can tell that you came with a Disney flow. Hey, ain't nobody ever heard about a Disney show. And in the process, point their audiences towards them. But maybe most importantly of all, it means that the Viner takeover is going to continue for a while, and that these creators are going to continue to blow up based on their smart collab strategies and fresh audiences. And other than that, that's really about it. Welcome to Generation 4 of YouTube, everybody. Man, if I'm gonna stay relevant, I need to start working on my sick theorist beats. Theorizing every day, bro! But hey, that's just a theory. A game like Tic-Tic-Tac theory. Seriously though, back to ridiculous theories about games next week. One last thing before we go, it is now a challenge of the crews. Which crew is gonna be better at hitting that subscribe button? The Logang or the Jake Paulers? You have 5 seconds to prove that your crew is the best by subbing to Game Theory. Hit that sub button. 5, 4, hit it, 2, 1. Wow, you guys really are savages. You are all now proud members of the best crew on YouTube, the Theorist Crew. And if I could take one final page out of Jake Paul's book, buy some merch, selling like a god church. Today.
So that was that little theory of how Logan and Jake are growing. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys later. Peace.